That's so basic.
Welcome to another edition of Matty Monday. However, this time we're coming to you on Halloween, special edition. So this one is going to be a little bit interesting. So, in honor of Halloween, we thought we'd tell you a little bit of a spooky story. So there once was a woman who lived in a guest house, all by herself with her two dogs. So she arrives at the guest house, she lived in it for a few days, and, it's just her and her dogs, and she knows, one day I got this kind of a pressure in my chest, like it's kind of like a hurt. And then she started noticing, hey, I have this feeling of dread. So, she kind of thought it off for a little bit, and I don't know, maybe it's just something going on. And then, the next day, same thing. She heard a little bit of whispers or something in the house, and she kind of looked around, and it was just her two dogs chewing on their bones. Something's not right. She gets to thinking, what could have caused this? Well, a couple days prior, she went to a shop, or I guess you could maybe call it a witch's shop. I don't know, it's somewhere where they sell sage and, incense, stuff like that. And she got kind of a feeling of dread there. And so she thought, well, what if I brought some kind of a bad mojo juju thing into my house, from that place. So she gets to thinking about it, and time goes on and it just gets worse. She starts hearing people, whispers. Someone's watching her. This is, she's in bed and she feels like there's eyeballs on her all the time. Hearing whispers, again, it's just her and her dogs. So she calls her friend. She's like, I have an issue and you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I've been noticing a lot of weird things going on in my house lately. I'm in this little guest house all by myself, and I got all these feelings of dread. I'm being watched. I hear whispers. I got this horrible pain in my chest, and I don't know what's going on. My friend's like, hey, you really need to go get some sage or something, and do your thing around the house, or get some kind of a priest in there and pray for it, because it sounds like you've got a haunted house. It's like, oh yeah. That's a great idea. I should do that. So she goes and gets some sage, and she goes through the house waving it around. She's like, man, I gotta get rid of this. I can't live like this. So she's over there, getting the incense or the sage, and hopefully this will illuminate whatever's going on. Well, a couple days later, the feeling's getting worse. Didn't work. What the heck is going on? The whispers get a little bit louder. She's starting to really freak out. The pain in the chest is getting worse. What's going on? So she's decided, I gotta get on the internet. I gotta see what the heck's going on. I think I might have some kind of a real haunting going on here. So she gets on the internet, she starts looking up on forums for hauntings. And she's kind of going, what? I have these issues in my guest house. It's just me and my dogs, but I hear people talking to me, and I have this feeling of dread. I'm being watched. I got this horrible pain in my chest. What is going on? So somebody on the forum, so have you ever heard of carbon monoxide poisoning? It's like, oh yeah, kind of like a gas poisoning. It's like, you might want to get that checked, because I read somewhere that could happen. She's like, oh, that's really weird. So she gets up the forum and she calls the gas company. It's like, hey, can you guys come get it, check and see if I have a gas leak or anything like that. I got these things going on. So they come over and they do the test, and sure enough, she's got a carbon monoxide poisoning leak. And the fire department says, you'd be dead here in a few days. You've been exposed for a while now. She's like, well, I've been hearing voices. I've had this pain in my chest. I don't know what's going on. She's like, yes, carbon monoxide poisoning will create this spooky feeling, like you're being watched, pain in your chest, feeling of dread, hallucinations, seeing things, even to the point where you start to see weird people or objects in your house. So they go ahead and they get that fixed, and come to find out, these carbon monoxide, leaks or whatever, they, before they can kill you, they can kind of give you these feelings of hallucination, dread, pain in the chest. So, it was spooky, but in the end, science wins. So folks, if you start getting these, weird feelings in a new house that you buy or something, just realize, hey, maybe we need to get that carbon monoxide checked, because you never know. That could be the issue. Anyway, a little bit of a spooky edition of Matty Mondays here on a special edition on Halloween, and I hope everyone stays safe, has fun, and you guys stay having a good time.
Tune in every Monday in October and November at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Pumpkin Spice and Real Estate Advice with Matt Morris. Brought to you by Christian Wells Real Estate Group.